All right, here we are, February 21st, 2021. What you're looking at here is what is supposed to be an extract American wheat ale kit. Of course, as normal, I bastardized it in two ways. First, I didn't use the recommended yeast. Second of all, I added 24 ounces of oats to mash for about an hour and 10 minutes prior to adding any extract. There's only 2 hop additions into this one. The experimental yeast I used was a Safale WB-06, which I've never used before. I did direct pitch it. As you can see, this guy is fermenting here just over 70 degrees. So this is in my bathroom with another couple of buckets I have here because I keep the cold fermentation in the garage, and the hot fermentation room is all filled up. But this yeast has a nominal fermentation range of 65 to 75 degrees. It's a specialty yeast that I've never used before, catered towards wheat beers. So as you can see here, this is batch 27. It's fermenting nicely. This yeast was pitched, like I said, direct at about 11 p.m. last night. It's about 2:30 p.m. The next day, so not even 24 hours. This thing actually started fermenting about an hour after pitching it, which is quite amazing. One other experimental thing I did dump the dregs of about 5 bottles of beer that we poured last night. I think just for experimental purposes, I'm going to start dumping my dregs in from any beer that we drink that day. Just save the last half inch in the bottle. And I think that could be what contributed to the monstrous rapid fermentation starting in about an hour. So there is active yeast in most of the beers that I produce. I just love that sound. It's kind of like having a fish tank and listening to it at night. Right next to it, I have this other fancy beast here. So actually have 3 live fermentations going on in the corner of my bathroom here. This is a double IPA that's still fermenting. Just added the hops to it yesterday, stirred up the bucket, shook it around a little bit, and then over here, this is probably the longest fermentation I've had so far. This one here was a cider that was started 9/19. So here we are in February. We're pushing on quite a bit of time here, and it's still pressurized, as you can tell. So I'm hoping this comes in at around 10 or 11%. It was just simply pitched on top of the trub from another batch I poured out of this bucket, which was a black IPA, originally brewed August 1st. So that's about it for now. Thanks for taking the time to watch. If you have any questions, hit me up. For the naysayers that say I'm going to get off flavors, I haven't had an off flavor yet. More than likely, I'll take this one in the garage, cold crash it. Once it's done fermenting for a couple days, it should be a super clear wort on this one. We did test out some tea bags, some giant tea bags to use as hop sacks for this boil. So it should be a super clean mash out afterwards.